Hello everybody! Hello! So glad to have you all here. So I'm just going to say a few quick hellos before we get into anything. So hello Caroline. Hi Simon, thank you for being here, my lovely. Hello Rhonda, how are you doing, my darling? Hello Phil. Hi Christine. Who else do we have? Hello Emma, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing well this evening. And hi Mike, how are you doing? Poking in before I head into the subway forward toward the ferry. I love you all. Oh, well, we love you too. Hi all, how are you doing, my darling? I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to have a quick sip of my drink. I'm just going to have a quick chill minute before we start. How's that? Hi Kim, how are you doing, my lovely? I hope you're well. I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to have so many people here. As always, it's absolutely fabulous. Right, so shall I get out what we've kind of all come here for? We have this. I haven't taken anything out of there yet. I've not done anything with any of it either. I've been a bit naughty because I've kind of just sat, and really I should have gone through a few bits and maybe made something up beforehand, but I thought, you know what, let's just do something live and we'll just have it flow and be easy. It'll be cool. So I actually went over the weekend to a big crafty stash sale which was locally. It was somewhere, it was a small company actually. I don't know if it was personal stuff or stock that they were getting rid of. I think it's a mixture of both, but I spent a lot less than some people did, that's for sure. This bag costed me about the equivalent of $15 if you're in America, so about £10 in English. It was actually quite a good little sale. It was in this big greenhouse, and I almost died sweating out, because I'm a big boy. I am a large boy, and being put in a greenhouse with sun's coming, it's not fun. It's not fun, I can tell you. So, shall we just, squidge on in and see exactly what we got? Because there is a lot to kind of unpack here. There is quite a large amount of stuff here, and it was ridiculously cheap. So, yeah, I mean, where should we start? Okay, well, we'll start here. We've got these, really cool texture stamps. Who's a big boy then? That would be me, Simon, thank you. And that's only in the sense that I've probably eaten about 3 of you for me tea. I'm so terrible. So we have these lovely texture stamps. I know you guys know me. I love a bit of grunge. I love a bit of glitter. I love a bit of, all the texture-y kind of stuff. So I thought, obviously, a lot of this is probably going to end up, actually. I'm pretty sure quite a lot of it is texture stamps. So we've got this lovely set of texture stamps. I think these have come from AliExpress. Just judging by the little sticky label on the back. But those are actually, I really like that one, and I love the paint splodge. I've always wanted a paint splodge, So we've got this is it photopolymer? Yeah, it's photopolymer, and it's a really nice, actually, let's just double check and make sure it is photopolymer. Oh yeah, that's definitely photopolymer. That is definitely photopolymer, and it's a nice tartan stamp. You can always tell the difference between photopolymer stamps and acrylic stamps because photopolymer smell yummy. That's what I'm going to say about that. Oh, we've got this lovely typewriter alphabet set. I'm just going to bring that up so you guys can see it a bit better. I really like that, and it's even got the ampersand and the exclamation point there as well. We've got all the numbers. So I was thinking that would actually be really cool to use with some bits that I've got. So I shall pop that one up there. We've got these these are rubber stamps, and these are owls. Now, if you know me, I love a duck. I also love an owl. So I had to pick these up when I saw them, and there's these lovely little feather stamps I thought would look really good in a wreath, so I could use my rotating stamping wheel to do that with. And then this, I mean, all and create stamp. I think I paid like 50p 75 cents for this. It's just absolutely mad. I'm just gonna have a quick, is it? Oh, it's definitely photopolymer. Ooh! And that looks like a lovely like poppy, and we've got some like, I think this are meant to be modelled off of tulips, perhaps. And then we've got these really nice like kind of, oh, they're birds. I thought they were just like, dangly entertainment bits. You know, oh, entertainment, embellishment, not entertainment. It began with an E, right? So I was halfway there. Caroline, sorry, I missed it. Yes, this is from the D-Stash sale, yes. So I was very lucky, and my mummy, because my mummy loves me very much, she sent me some pennies to be able to go to the D-Stash sale. And this is what I picked up. And now we've got these Imagination Crafts. I've never heard of Imagination Crafts. I'm just going to check and make sure. Oh, they're local because they're based in Sherborne in Dorset. Let's see if these photopolymer. Oh yes, those are definitely photopolymer. And these are some really nice texture stamps, because we've got like this lovely wood grain. Rhonda, I think I may end up loving all stamps. Well, the all and create stamps. I don't want to just say all, because then it sounds weird. I love that swirly one, and that I had to pick that up because it looked like oh gosh, what is it? It looks like a leaf, and I thought, oh, that would be really nice to do some autumn designs with. So we have that. Here's another texture one. This one's called Splish Splash from Honeydew Crafts. I think this one might have been used, but that's not a problem because that's what you expect from a D-Stash sale. And those are definitely photopolymer. I know I must seem like really weird sniffing stamps, but it's the only way you can tell if they're photopolymer or not. And now I'm going to... I think I may have to sniff all my stamps now, says Caroline. I think that's a good idea, Caroline. I mean, I do it, and I just like to make sure... Oh, look, here's another Imagination... See, look, I'm just getting too into this, aren't I? Imagination Crafts, again. I'm pretty sure these are photopolymer as well. They're probably going to be. I just want an excuse to sniff stamps. Yeah, they definitely are. And I really like that kind of circular one there. That's one of my favourites out of this set. And I kind of like the ruffled up textures as well. And that kind of like broken tartan is really, really nice. I don't know if these have names or not, but I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy to have them. Now this is from Creative Expressions. I think this is a really old one, because they've certainly maybe upgraded their packaging, because I don't know wow, 2010. 2010, that was a long old time ago, people. A long old time ago. This embossing folder is 14 years old. So it was designed by Sam Poole, and it's a crackle folder. And I like the look of that. I'm liking her. She's pretty. I'm liking her. I'm just gonna... Well, I don't know. Should I really... I'm gonna take it out of the packaging because it's gonna go away anyway. And again, this is another 2010 one. Oh wow! I wish they'd had that one. That one looks really fun. If I bring that up, actually, I don't know. I can adjust the light down a little bit on this, I think. Or is that going to bring it up? There we go. Is that still good enough for you guys to see? I just thought maybe if I adjust the light down a bit, it won't be so stark. I like this wood crackle. Really nice. That would have been nice to have got my hands on, but unfortunately they didn't have one. So we've got a brick wall one here, and I think this one might have been used and slightly abused, because it's just a little bit warped. But I'm sure we can fix that with a bit of love and care. Right, now we have this little pack. I think some of these came free with magazines. Hi, Lynn. I am well. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you are as well, my darling. Lynn is a little hero at the moment, because I know a lot of you will know that I've been looking for the Sarah Signature Nautical Collection, and there are 2 pieces of this that elude me still to this day. Well, I should now say one thank you to Lynn. She's managed to find me the Wave embossing folder that goes with that collection and is sending it to me. So I think we all need to give Lynn a massive hand and a huge thank you and a big love heart from me. I appreciate that you've done that for me so much. You are an absolute legend. Thank you, my darling. Hello, Samantha. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a nice day. So I'm going to go back to this Chloe's Creative card set, it would seem. So we have this lovely stamp selection here, which is for a birthday with a nice cake, candles, and some really nice sentiments, actually. And this is all coordinating. So you've also got like a birthday stencil, and we've got a really nice Celebrate die balloon bow and candles there, and those do that will do in embossing on the card as well, which is nice. And we've also got this really cool embossing folder, and that was just all as a little package all together. Looks really cool. I really like that. So that's going to be one that we... Oh, I don't know. Should we use it on this live? I don't know. We'll see what happens. This is just going to be a complete let's see what happens live when I get to making a card. I'm glad you're chilling. You bought Chloe's magazine, Creative magazine yesterday, yours. Brilliant. And this was one that I found as well. And I almost screamed like a 7-year-old girl when I saw this. I'm not going to lie. Because, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Altenew. You see Altenew and someone's priced it at the equivalent of 75 cents. You're going to scream like a 5-year-old girl. Well, 7-year-old girl. However old, you're going to scream like a girl. So I contained myself, quite luckily. And I love this set, and I've not even used it yet. And I'm just going to see if it's a photopolymer or not. Oh, it is! It's photopolymer. Oh my god, that's so cool. That is so cool. Right, so it takes this flower base, and you've got all the extra little bits to build it up to make it into that really lovely flower. And I wanted this mostly because there's Mother's Day sentiments on it, and I don't have any Mother's Day sentiments. Scream like a 30-something-year-old girl, to be honest. Yeah, I screamed like a 30-year-old something. Yeah, I'm loving this set. This is a beautiful set. I had to have it when I saw it. So I'm so glad that I managed to pick that one up. And they had like a little bin that was four for £1, and 2 of these 2 bits came in here. So I think these are rub-on transfers. I want to say they're rub-on transfers. I'm just going to check. Oh no, they're like little... They're not rub-on transfers. They're little pre-cut dies that you can stick onto something. And I really like these, because you've got some like American stamps. Buffalo, New York. Well, actually, these are all American stamps. That's so cool. I like that. So we have those. I'm just going to set those to the side. And we have these sticky... These are like sticky lace in silver. Now, the great thing about these is you can bring in your pens and you can colour this in to be anything that you want it to be. So I think that's going to come in really handy. So that's quite nice. And now we're getting to the other little set bits as well. I'm just going to have a... Everyone wants old to new stamps in their collection. Oh, God, yes. Oh, yes, everybody wants an old to new stamp in their collection. I cannot agree more. So I saw this little set as well, which is really nice. And I'm going through a tonic thing at the moment. I know a lot of you guys are as well, because we've all found tonic together and we've all kind of gone a bit crazy for them. So I think this must have came free with a magazine or something, but it was really cheap and I couldn't leave it behind. It's a lovely little spring collection. And you've got the nice stencil here. You've got the dies that match up with most of the stamps on here, actually. So you've got the bicycle die. Actually, no, I don't think they do all match up. But you've got the bicycle die. That will cut that. And it just looks really, really cute and nice. So we have that. And I'm not sure if this is another Chloe's one or not. But again, it was another freebie that came... It must have come with a magazine that the person bought. I have been and downloaded the 22 coordinating sentiments and papers because I had to. Because, I mean, look at those. They are just amazing. You have to have those in your life. And this is the little die set that it comes with. So it's a typewriter with a torn edge paper... and a few little decorative bits, which is really, really nice. This all came from a local craft D-stash sale, Lynn. It was on the outskirts of Shellfleet, which you probably aren't going to know where it is, at a place called the Green Barn, and they had this all going on. It was inside a lovely greenhouse, which was boiling to heck. And I'm surprised I didn't keel over several times, but with the promise of craft materials, I stayed strong. I can't say anything. So this is another. I think this is another. Yeah, this is another freebie that came with a magazine. And you've got this lovely coffee stamp set, and I thought this would be really nice to do some rotating stamping with. And it's got these lovely little like bands that go around the coffee cup as well. And see those little coffee beans there? You could definitely use those to do a rotating wheel with. I finally got my HSN craft haul and haven't opened it yet. Samantha, what are you doing? Get into it. Open it. You must do it immediately. I suffered for the cause. I suffered greatly for the cause. So we've got these lovely little dies just here. There's a little tag, a love heart, the steamy coffee, and the coffee lid that matches up with that. I think it does, actually. Let's just double check. Yeah, it does. It does match up with that. So you can three-dimensionalize it. And also, if you've got a Brother Scan and Cut, you could just stamp that and cut it as well anyway. So you could still... It's all good. And it comes with this lovely coffee bean and floral stencil, which I think is quite fun. That might be something we play with. But then I've said that about near enough everything that I've opened so far. So, Lynn, I had an absolute field day in that. I had an absolute field day. I didn't have as much of a field day because I don't know. Well, you know the other Lynn, the Go Live Granny. She came to that as well, and a couple of the people that I go to the craft club with on a Friday, we all went together, and I can tell you they spent a lot more money than I did, and they bought a lot more stuff than I did. They made me look like Johnny Little New Crafter. It was crazy. So. We actually have two different versions of shrink plastic. Now, I have not had shrink plastic in over 20 years. I've not... 20 years. I've not had shrink plastic. So I saw this and I had to have it. This was a part of the 4 for a pound deal. So these all came together as one lot for £1 equivalent of $1.25 for Americans. And one set of this is actually frosted, and the other one is clear. That's so much fun. I absolutely love. I've not played with shrink plastic in so long, and I thought it will make some lovely little embellishments for cards. I was thinking, let me get my Alice stamps out. We can, we'll do all of that. It'll be fabulous on those. So I'll just set those to the side there. Now we're coming to the big stuff. So I believe if we just flip those over, we have Rare Earth A4 stamp sets here, guys. And these seem to be background stamps. And I saw these, and I saw the bricks, and I saw the dragonflies, and I was just like, I have to have. I absolutely have to have. And let's see. Oh, they are. They are photopolymer. They are definitely photopolymer. And I know you guys will be kind of like looking at me like, this weird bloke is doing a live sniffing stamps. He's a weirdo. But it is the only way to tell. For me, it's the only way to tell the difference. I mean, especially when you've got ones that aren't quite as splodgy. I like to say it's splodgy because when you have a photopolymer stamp, it's kind of got that like splodgy bit around the background. So these ones look normal. Gaz, that shrink plastic there is now a physics system that allows shrink plastic to stay flat and not curl up. Oh, is there? I've never had a problem with it myself. I just hold it with a pair of tweezers and I shrink it so it just goes whew. Yeah, exactly, Rhonda. Photopolymer stamps are so much better in quality. And thank you, Samantha. I really like these stamps as well. I really, really love them. Even the poppy one. And that's not, like florals are not my favourite, but I absolutely love. I saw that. That's what drew me in. And these two made me buy it. Alicia, hiya sweetheart, thank you for being here. Don't feel bad, Gaz. I love the smell of Stays on ink. It smells, what does it say? To me, Stays on ink smells like almonds, which I kind of like the smell of, but I'm not really allowed to be near because they can kill me. But I'd rather not. So let's just have a look at these. I love the smell of motorcycle racing fuel. Well, Rhonda, everybody has to love a smell. I mean, I don't mind the smell of petrol. And a lot of people find it weird that I don't mind the smell of petrol. So we have these Rare Earth, again, stamp set of Succeed. I'm pretty sure these are photopolymer as well. I'm just going to do the... Oh, yes. Oh, yes, they are. And I really like these because you've got like the work hard, play hard, everything will be okay, today is a new beginning. I really like these. The best dreams happen when you're awake. You can fly. Decide what you really want. Wow, these stamps are reading me for filth, aren't they? Progress, not perfection. Let yourself rest. Today is the perfect day to be happy. Always believe in the impossible. I like that. Make your own luck. I thought that said make your own crack. I was going to be like, that's a bit weird. Celebrate something today. Life is the best teacher. We can do it. I like that one. Make today amazing and believe you can. That's brilliant. Let's just see what Simon said. The aviation fuel. I was on the Spectrum Arts creation feed the other... Oh, very nice. Spectrum Arts, eh? That sounds swanky. Hence why I'm a member of the... Oil-based fuels. Everybody loves a bit of fuels. I feel as though I've started off a little bit of a weird tangent now, haven't I? So, we have another set of Rare Earth stamps here. This time we've got the Focus Sentiments. And I'm going to stop sniffing stamps now. I'm just going to presume that these are photopolymer. I'm just going to get them out. So we step out of your comfort zone. Never stop learning. All of our tomorrows begin today. If you believe you can achieve, find comfort in the chaos. That is a good one. I like that. Stay focused. You are strong. Focus. Say yes to new adventures. Practice makes perfect. Keep on going. Make your own path. Hard work will pay off. Wow, it's like reading the little things from inside. What do you call them? Crackers. Oh, what are they called? Fortune cookies. Focus on what you believe in. The best is yet to come. Make today great. These are some really nice sentiments. I like those. All I saw was rare earth and I went, gimme, 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 gimme. Right. So this, I believe, is the... It is. So this is the, what do you call it, paper? It's mixed media paper. So the one side, I don't know if you can see the grain there, is watercolour. And the back side is super smooth for you to do your... That's very true, Christine. Next, you know, Gaz would have sniffed so much photopolymer stamps that he'll be higher than his excitement for his big stash. That's very true. This side is super smooth for you to do your alcohol markering on. So, I'll tell you what should I do? I'm just going to cut a little bit off. I don't know, is it Yupo? I'm just going to snip a little square off and I'm going to show you. So I'm just going to bring in one of my aqua markers, do a little sprizz. Let's grab a paintbrush, pick it up, and you can see there that this goes down really, really nicely. So we've got that on that side, and then you can just flip it over. And as you can see here, I've got one of the illustrators from Spectrum Noir. And there we go. We have that right there. And on the opposite side, it's watercolour. I don't know if it's Yupo paper, but I'm very excited by it. I love it. I think it's blooming brilliant because it hasn't come with any kind of instructions. It's just an open pack of paper, and I paid the equivalent of what, $2.50, £2. So that's pretty much really, really cheap. And this one was £3, which is the equivalent of about, what is it, $3.50, something like that. And this is a really, really old Crafter's Companion floral printing pack. So it comes with 20 sheets of decoupage paper, 10 sheets of decoupage card, 20 sheets of 100 GSM satin paper, 20 sheets of 160 GSM light printable card, 20 sheets of parchment, 5 sheets of printable acetate, and 5 sheets of heat resistant acetate. All of that for £3. It's a big old wedge of papery stuffs. Hello Hannah, welcome on in, lovely. I hope you are doing well. So that only leaves us with two other things to look at, which we have kind of already looked at because they've just been sat here, which are two really nice paper punches. I picked these up because I wanted to make a card like Laurie did on the live that we did together. And I've just trashed the whole room, knocking all of this stuff off of the side because I'm a silly banana. So, hi Tracy, welcome on in. Don't worry about being late to the party, my love. So those are the last 2 bits of the haul. And that is everything. That is absolutely everything that I got for the equivalent of about £10, $15. Give or take a few pence here and there, or however you want to look at it. So I'm just going to have a little quick sip of me drink, because, you know, I have to do that. And I'm just going to pop these bits back up here for now. And I'm going to have a look at some of this stuff. Maybe we could do some stamping. Ooh, what should we do? Let's get a piece of card out. I'm just going to pick this up for now. I'm just going to get a nice piece of white cardstock, 300 GSM, of course. Oh, that's not white. That's pearl. Apparently, I'm going blind in my old age. There we go. White card. White card. And ooh, what should we do? Should we do a nice Z-fold card? I'm thinking a nice Z-fold card would be nice. Ooh, we could pull out a die, or we could put. Ooh, there's just so many options. I could bring out one of the template library parts as well, actually, couldn't I? I think that would be going a little bit too far. So 12 3/4, 11 3/4. What I might do is just trim that down to 11 1/2, just to make it a little bit easier to deal with. So I'm going to trim that down to 11 1/2. Makes it a lot easier to deal with for the scoring, which then takes our first score down to 6. No, it doesn't. It takes it down to 5 3/4. So I'm just going to pull out my scoreboard and score at 5 3/4. 5 3/4. Which then should fold perfectly in half. Excellent. Five 3/4, which then means we need to do half of that. Half of 5 is 2. Half of the 3/4. Wait there, no, am I mis... Yeah, because that's nearly 6 inches, isn't it? So nearly... just over 3. I'm losing my marbles here. So that's scored at 6 3, 5 3/4. That is half, isn't it? Yeah, it is half. 5 3/4. Half of that is 2 3/4. So at 2 3/4, I thought it was. Just give it a score. Going to get my bone folder on this because those score lines are not properly creased. Oh, I want that to be perfect if you don't mind. There we go. So that's our little fold. And then all I'm going to do is bring back in. If in doubt, you should use your Ultimate Pro. That's very true, I should, but my Ultimate Pro is currently buried. And I'm going to take a 2.5-inch strip off of the bottom. Oh, it didn't cut all the way through. Well, I'm not surprised. It is pretty thick card. There we go, just make sure it's cut all the way through there. Which then gives us a just under 6, so 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 card. And then we've got our band to go across the middle. Ta-da! Pretty card. Nice simple card blank to come up with. I see we are talking about motorcycles this evening. I love a Z fold, says Caroline. Oh, well, I'm glad you do. There we go. So we've got a nice little card blank. And I'm thinking we need to bring in some papers. What papers do we want? We haven't decided on what stamp or set that we're using yet. So I'm thinking if we do some nice background papers, we can bring in a few. I kind of want to use this Ultra New one. I really want to use that Ultra New one actually. And I might just make that edge a little, this band a little bit smaller and come in with my oh wow, that doesn't want to. That really did not want to cut. Oh golly gosh, that is a. Right, so I've relined that back up. Oh, that was a little bleeder. And then all you've got to do is just line it up with that little print and it gives you the next one that you need. Oh, I think that this may need some oil or a spray with some WD-40 because I think this is really a bit old. I'm just going to snip that little excess bit off there. And then he says I'm going to do the same on the other side. So all I'm doing is I'm just lining up the edge of the card with the actual cut piece there. I don't think I need lighter cardstock, Kim. This is a really, really stiff punch. A really, really stiff punch. Let's just try and get that level again. Just checking and making sure that that card blank is definitely level. And then again lining that up on there. There we go, it's kind of getting a bit better now. It's being used. I think it's just age that it's and a distinct lack of use. I really like that. That looks quite pretty. It's nice little floral, pretty bits. And I'm just going to do the same on here as well, actually. Let's just get that out of there, because there are a few bits stuck in it. It's fine for now. I will get some wax paper and do that then, Caroline. I didn't realise I was going to have this issue, or otherwise I might have waited before using it. I think it is just because it's a little bit old and it's not been used in quite some time. And then all I'm going to do is line that up with that, so it's equal on both sides, and that makes it look drunk. Because the pattern's off. Oh my lord. Yeah, because if I actually line that up down there, that's going to be on a skewy iffy, and we don't want it on a skewy iffy. I may change, I might just trim those off and have a slightly smaller band going across it. It's not a problem, it doesn't have to. But it also gives me the awesome lube might help. Thank you for that, Aaron. Right, let's just bring that in because I need to... it's about 1/2 inch, isn't it? Yeah, I'll take off about 1/2 inch. I didn't think that was going to work exactly anyway. I thought it would have... it's been a miracle if it had all lined up properly. But that gives me a much better fold anyway, and I'm quite happy with that. And it still means that you can see the... because this also has an embossing part on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There is a little embossing part. No, I don't think so. I mean, the entire mechanism looks clear. I think it just might be down to age, like genuinely. It's it does look to be quite and the mechanism runs freely. It could be like Caroline said, I'm using too thick a cardstock, or it might even just be that I'm an Egypt. So there we go. Right, let's get these stamps out because I'm quite looking forward to using these. This is going to look really, really cool. So what I might do actually is just do some ink blending. It seems to squeeze freely, quite fine with nothing in, yeah. It might have just been me, but you know, at the end of it, it's done now and I've got it sorted, so it's all good. Right, so what should we do about this? Let's do some ink blending. I'm going to bring down my Kitsch Flamingo in the Distress ink. I'm just going to get mine, because I want these edges to kind of pop. And I am going to matte and layer some paper on here, so, and I really want that embossing to kind of be seen. So I'm just going to no, I'm not going to say the posh word. I'm just going to go around the edge And I am going to go down here as well because I want this to... And like I say, it doesn't matter how much I put on here because it is going to be matte and layered. It's just a shame a lot of that ink's taking in the centre there. But that's fine. And I do want it to kind of have this like blurry pink type look. I want to say it's blurry, but it's not really blurry, is it? And I definitely want that entire edge of that cut to be completely covered in pink. Darling. And there we go. And we'll just do the same on the actual Z fold. There we go. Let's get rid of that little hairline piece of card there. So we're talking about Harley Davidsons and motorcycles. It all started off because I was sniffing the photopolymer stamps. Can you believe such a thing? There we go. Right, so that's all those bits. All nicely blended. Let's put those back up there. So we have blended, fabulous. And that's going to line up with the inside just there. Wonderful. I'm happy with that. Oh, now what coloured paper should we bring in? I'm thinking, I'm going to delve into my scrap pack because this scrap pack is massive. Look at all that paper that's in there, guys. And that's all scraps from different projects that I've made. So I'm hoping, he says, if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I put it in here. I'm not sure I did, you know. Oh, I did. Go pull out some of this. Isn't it pretty? I just needed an excuse to do it. That's from the rose gold paper pad. Just going to put that back down there. It's going to look so pretty. Oh wow! That one would have been perfect, nearly. So, let's just put that up there a moment. Whilst we do some measurings. So, we've got 5. So I'm going to take that to 4 3/4 squared. No, I'm not going to take it to 4 3/4 by 5 1/2. Actually, it might just be easier to do the 5 1/2 first because I'll waste less paper. 5 1/2. 4 3/4. Much less waste of paper. I think that looks very pretty. And if that's anything to go by. Oh, marvellous. I could just trim that down a little bit. And I could put that on there. Excellent. So we're going to go 1 3/4 by 5.5. 1 3/4 by 5.5. This is really pretty paper, you know. Oh, it's so nice. Almost seems ashamed to cut it. And then we're going to do, well, it's going to be 5.5, isn't it? So 5.5 by 2.5. 2.5. Let's do it that way first. 2.5 by 5.5. Let's just get that nicely lined up. Thank you. And get that out of the way. 5.5. It's so sad that the oldest member of our bike club turned 86 years old in February this year and has given up riding as he doesn't have... Oh, that's so sad. I'm really sorry to hear that, Tracy. That is really, really sad. So, we should have... Oh, I cut that a bit short, didn't I? I'll have to recut that. What did we say that one was in width? 1 3/4, wasn't it? So 1 3/4 by 5.5. I don't know what went wrong there. 1 3/4. Not so sure what went wrong there. By 5.5. I must have made a boo-boo somewhere along it. But it's not a problem, we can remedy boo-boos because we have plenty of scrap paper. And the great thing is this was a scrap piece of paper to start with, so I'm just... Oh golly gosh, that's not... Or have I cut that one too? No. I wonder what's going on there then. I might try adding an extra 1/4 of an inch on, so I'll take it to 5 3/4 and then adjust it down. I don't know what's wrong there, because that should be the same size as the rest of it. Surely. Yeah. So that's all correct. Don't do anything silly. 5 3/4. Let's just take a little snip him off. So I've taken 2/8 off from 5 3/4, and apparently now that is about cracked. And these are too small to go on that bar. It's not a problem because I have some more paper. I might use a different one for the bar going across to make it look slightly more prettier. Right, okay, so we shall get to sticking these down. I'm just going to use my collal. Or actually, in fact, I might just leave the bar that goes across the middle pink. Hi Jay, thank you for being here, my sir. How are you doing? I hope you are well and are having a good day. I know you guys, people who are in the Handcrafted by Gaz Facebook community will know that on the 5th of May, I will be doing a lovely live with Mr. J over on his channel, which is Crafts by J. Make sure you're over there for following, because I will not be live on my channel as I will be live on his. And that's happening on Wednesday the 5th of May. I'm sure you'll all be pleased to know. There we go, I'm liking that. Oh, I'm going to have to do in there as well, aren't I? I didn't think about that. Let's bring that ink back down. I completely forgot about that. There we go. I just need that to be enough of that, so when you open and close it you still see the pink. And I am just going to literally just blend this entire. Actually, I believe it's the 5th, isn't it? Jay? The 5th of May, I think you said it was? Or is it the 6th? I don't know. It's one of the days. But it is listed on the Handcrafted by Gaz Facebook community. Let's just blend all that out. Just going to put a really nice splodge of that down because I need some more. I want that to blend nicely in with what we've already done. May 6th. It is May 6th, I think. Bank holiday in the UK, oh marvellous. And there we go. Your post says 3rd of May. Oh. You've got it as 3rd. Give me one quick second. I will just double check and make sure that I've got it right or wrong. I'm not sure which. Please hold the line, caller. Please hold the line. I'm just going to double check. It is the 3rd. So, whatever day the 3rd is. Let's just have a quick look. 3rd. It's Friday. Friday the 3rd of May. I believe the time change, Jay, makes it the 3rd for us. It's going to be a late stream, guys. It is going to be a late stream. Because I know it's the couple of hours difference between us and you, because I'm doing it for your time zone, so it's going to be a late one. I know a lot of people won't be able to make it, but you will be able to see it on the catch up. So make sure you go and subscribe to Jay, so that even if you're not there live, you can catch it on the makeup. And I am actually going to mat and layer this further, I think. I'm going to pull out another sheet of... Ooh, where should we go with this? I'm thinking, how big is this watercolour cardstock I've got? Can I get a mat and layer out of it? Oh, yes, I can. And I'll probably get enough for 2 out of that as well. I'm hoping. Yeah, I should be able to. Right, let's do some ink blending, guys. I'm going to get messy. let's bring down some different colours, and I'm just gonna get inky, I think. So let's go with some. I'm going to use my oxides for this. So I'm going to go with some picked raspberry. I'm going to pull in a little bit of festive berries. Oh, festive berries. Should we go for a kind of in-between one as well? Let's get some saltwater taffy. And I will just spray to activate. And I'm just going to plop, plop. Let's just make a big messy piece of watercolour cardstock. I do love my mixedy medias. Let's just drag that actually, because it will pull some. I do know it is going to be a late live, guys, so I do apologise. But I will make sure it's all properly advertised and you can all come and catch up or watch or whatever. I'm just going to clean that up. I think that cloth needs a bit of a spray just to help pull that up, and then let's dry that out. There we go. And then I'm just going to come in with picked raspberry from my normal distress inks, and I'm just going to put some of that down, and I'm going to activate that, and I'm going to come in and just splodge over everything. And then we should end up with something that looks a little bit like that. I really like that. That is most awesome. I'm quite excited about this now. Right, let's give that a quick clean up. Get all that muck and fuddle up. Put that to the side. And we're going to bring in those colours, the Kitsch Flamingo, the picked raspberry, I think I used in that one. No, I didn't use picked raspberry in that one, did I? Nope. What a waste of ink. Silly me. We'll get rid of that, because we don't want that. Because I used Kitsch Flamingo. I used festive berries. And I used saltwater taffy. So I'm just doing the same as what I did again, because I need 2 sheets, and it is going to look slightly different, but it'll be cool. So let's just bring in that, and I'm just going to activate it a little bit more, because I need this sheet to be covered. I want it right down to the edge. And so I'm going to play Chase Me with the ink. Let's just press it down and pull and push, maybe. kind of fine if there's a little bit, but I don't really want it to have loads at the edge, like blank. There we go. That will do. Let's just clean all that off. And heat dry this again. Go. And I'm going to just bring back in my picked raspberry from the Distress ink again. Give that a spritz to activate it. Choo choo choo. I'm just going to do the same as what I did last time and just give it a good going over the ink and pressing it down. Try and pick up some extra bits around the edge there. Just so that it kind of gives a bit of a covering. Let's dry that out. And now comes the fun part, because we're going to do some stamping. Once I've cut the mats in layers. So I need that to be, I'm looking at 4.5 by 5.25. So 4.5 by 5.25. Oh, I cut that the wrong way. Sugar plums. I should have done the 4.25 first and then the 5.5. 5.5 by 4.25. There we go. Oh. Oh, we need to still take 1/4 inch off that. That was silly of me. I do some silly things. There we go. At least that's still the right size to do those with. So, woohoo! Didn't completely fail. So, let's do that to 2.25 strip. Two and a quarter. And then we want 1.5. Oh, that's brilliant. I can't believe I managed to get all of that out of those. Fantastic! I did it, peoples. Would you chase some crafting supplies down Cooper's Hill? Probably. Thank you very much for saying it's a beautiful effect. I'm just going to trash my craft room. Don't you worry, guys. It's fine. And there we go. There we are. I even have enough to... Oh. I could do that. So if I take 1/4 inch off of that, so where are we with that? That's 3.5. So if I take that down to 2.5, take it down to 2.25. And then what we want is, so that's a 2 by 2.5. So take that down to 2.25 as well, because that did fit it width-wise. Oh, it does help if I actually cut the... So I need to take that down to 4.5. I'm just going to chop off that end because it's a little more whiter, so 4.5. Go out you get. Let's stick those down. And then we're going to get to stamping. Just as soon as we've done these mats and layers. I'm not going to bother putting one in there because you're not going to see that on the card. So it just seems a bit of a pointless waste to use good cardstock on something that you're not going to look at directly. So all I'm going to do is just line that up with that edge, and that's fabulous. I'm just going to put some glue on that end. And the great thing about using this glue as well, guys, is that it also doesn't dry straight away as soon as you put it on, so you have that wiggle time, because I can still wiggle the mat and layer even though I'm still wiggling. There we go, just pull that out. And there we go, that's our card base done. Just going to level that up because it's a... Ooh! I pulled the... This is why it's customary to wait for these things to dry before you go pulling them about. There we go, that's better. So that's our card blank done. Which I think it looks really pretty with the little bit of extra sparkle behind there. Right. Now let's bring in these lovely layering scamps. No, they're stamps, darling. Stamps. Layering stamps. And I'm going to fetch in another piece of watercolour card because we are going to stamp this little angel. I just love the smell of photopolymer, it's so beautiful. Right, and then I need to find the packet because I need to know, oh, the packet's right here in front of me. So I know which bits to do first in the, because it does have the instructions on how to layer the stamp. Oh gosh, I haven't ruined the stream, have I? Right. So in comes my new best friend. You guys have seen this on my previous live. It is my brand new bestest best friend in the whole wide world ever. My Altenew stamp wheel. Which is quite handy that I'm using an Altenew stamp with it. Am I right? So I'm just going to set my piece of watercolour cardstock just there. And actually I'm just going to bring that down into the corner over here. And pick it up on my stamping wheel. And apparently the card's going to come with it as well. I'm putting that down to the fact that that's a brand new stamp that is really, really strong. This should not have moved off of the back of this photopolymer. But yes, that would be a me error, not the stamping wheel's error, because I didn't push the cardstock down properly. So there we go. Let's flip that over. As you know, I love to watercolour, so I'm going to use my VersaFine Clear ink. Oh my gosh, that just looks so pretty. Yeah, the layering guide is that. Oh wow. Look how amazing that's come out. That is just super crisp. And only one stamp. I mean, my gosh. My gosh. I absolutely love this stamping wheel. It's the most beautiful thing ever. And I love these stamps because they're so cool. There we go. Let's put that back on here. Right, now the next part of this is the darker background coloured stamps here. So all I'm going to do is take my stamp wheel off, and I'm going to take these and line them up. This is the first time I'm actually using layering stamps, guys, so this is a new one on me. I've not actually ever used proper layering stamps in the way in which they were intended before, so we're going to see how this turns out. I believe it's that one as well. Oh, okay. So you can't do the outer leaf bits until you've done the flowers. Not a problem. So what colours should we do these flowers, guys? Should we do them in a nice... should we do them in picked raspberry? Because, oh no, actually, we're going to want them in light to dark order, aren't we? Because you stamp the lightest colour first. So we're going to end with picked raspberry, and we're going to start with spun sugar and make our way through Kitsch Flamingo to the picked raspberry. Or, actually, no, I think what we'll do is... if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to use my other inks, because... gosh darn it, I just don't have a dark enough pink. Fiddle faddle. Right, okay. We're not going to go with pinks for the flower. I'm going to have to go with pinks for the flowers because I've already started doing pink on my card, haven't I? I'm just going to go with the spun sugar right the way through to the Kitsch Flamingo, and we'll see how well it turns out. Why is that not putting ink down? We're just going to see how this goes, because I've not used this ink pad before. It may not work, but we will see. Let's just grab my stamping press tool. Oh, that has worked. Albeit very, very light. So I think we're just going to go over the top of that again with some more. Just to build it up in colour a little bit. There is ink coming off the pad, which is a good thing. I am very happy with that. I could have alcohol inked them, but I didn't really want to do that. Layering stamps, I think, are from light to dark colours in that order. Yeah, I thought as much, Christine. Thank you very much. How the hell have I done that? Though, oh, well, it's fine because it doesn't matter. It's gonna get trimmed down anyway. So. Let's just give that a nice press. There we go, that's turned out better than I thought it was going to. Marvellous, marvellous. Let's clean off those little stampy stamps and put them back where they came from. And then we're going to do the leaves. We've done the base flowers. So now we're just going to do the little leafy pits. The little leafy pits. There are some teeny tiny little leafy pits as well, so I'm just going to line that up. This, like I said, this will be a little bit of trial and error because I haven't used a layering stamp before. Then we've got all the little tidgy ones, haven't we? So I'm not sure where these go because they're so tidgy. I think that's from the next round, isn't it? Right, okay, because it's all these like little love hearty type ones first. They're so tiny. Well, that one goes roughly there. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm just going to watercolour those in green. I'm not going to play with the tidgy little stamps because that's too much for me. It's far too much for me. Right, let's get a nice green. I'm thinking light to dark, so we'll go with Lucky Clover because this is the lightest green. Nice, I'm liking that. Let's give those a quick little clean off and put those back where they came from. Maybe inside the flower. I did put it is inside the flower. I did go over a little bit, but it's not a problem because I'm going to just trim that off anyway, so that's going to get hand trimmed. So spun. Let's put our pinks back. Some Kitsch Flamingo. Oh no, we're going to need Kitsch Flamingo and picked raspberry back out, aren't we? Because we're not done with those yet. Right. So now we need this one. And I'm just going to hand colour the other ones in. Now I've got to try and figure out how this goes down. Well, that's going to be the smallest one for sure, right? Ah, there we go. There we go. Ah, got it. That one's nicely lined up. And then what do we need is the kind of like wibbly, these wibbly little leafy ones here. So that one goes there. And that one goes there. Oh. We got any other wibbly little... Oh, that one goes up here. Oh. I'm throwing the whole thing off, aren't I? Behave. So that one goes there. And that one goes there. I'm just going to pick these up on the stamp wheel before I lose their placements anymore. There we go. I'm just going to pop those to the side for the moment whilst I look at... I think that's everything for that layer. So I'm probably not going to bother with Kitsch Flamingo because there's only 2 layers. So I'm just going to go straight in with the picked raspberry on the flowers. On the flowery bits. So that's the 2 parts at the top here. And these parts just down here. And then I'm going to come in with pine needles for the little wibbly bits for the flower, for the leaves. Leaves? I don't know. I don't know. At this point, I'm just pretending I know. There we go. And there we are. I think that's... I mean, we could have gone in with the little flowery bits there, but all I'm going to do is just come in with a little bit of my mowed lawn in the Distress ink. I'm going to get a spritzy down, grab my paintbrush, because I don't want to be fiddling with these tiny little bits. I'm just going to hand paint them in. I know it seems a bit silly, but there we go. Thank you, Caroline. I think it's really pretty too. Let's put that mowed lawn back where we got it from, right underneath forest moss. So there we go. Back on you go, you naughty little leader. Pick that up. Now, do I be a good boy and cut this myself, or do I switch on the scan and cut and get it to scan and cut it for me? That's the biggest question. Do I be a good boy or do I be a lazy boy? Let's put that back on there. I actually really like these stamps, and I think, because this is the first time I've ever done this kind of stamping, guys, so I'm obviously going to make a bit of a, you know, it's not going to be as perfect as it could be, let's say that. So I think with a bit more practice, I will be making that really, really nicely. And I know you can kind of see here where I misstamped it, but it's not going to show up when I cut it out, and it's going to look really, really pretty. I really like that. Okie dokie, I shall be a naughty boy and pop on the scan and cut. Let's get down. This is a really loved cut plate, cut mat even I should say. It's probably going to be the scan and cut, to be honest, is going to be a quicker cut. This is a really well loved cutting mat, and it got really, really bad. So all I did is I got some isopropyl alcohol, cleaned the whole thing off, bought in some of my Crafter's Companion stick and spray, resprayed it, has worked absolutely perfectly ever since. So just in case you guys do have any problems with your cutting mats for any of these machines, unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show you the, well, actually am I going to be able to show you the scan and cut on the camera? I could just angle my camera a little bit there. Let's just move that, and you can see the scan and cut just in the background over here. Hopefully, he says. That should be fine. The scan and cut, I'm just going to load the mat in. Let's pull that a bit forward because it's going to need some space for the mat to come out the back. Direct cut. And scan. There we are, so that's completely scanned the image. I'm just going to box round. I need something, I can use one of my little pokey tools to bring that down, box round the actual item itself. Okay, that. It kind of is like a cricket lin. Except this has a built-in scanner that will actually scan the image and cut it for you, so you don't have to do anything in the software. It's all done on the machine. You can get little USBs that do the same thing. Oh my god, it's actually, wow. Okay, let's cut that bad boy. Hello Suzette, welcome on in, lovely. Hello Babs. And there we go, guys. I mean, it picked up a little bit of the colour, and all I'm going to have to do is a little bit of neatening up. But you can see there that that actually cut that in a fraction of the time it would have taken me to. So all I'm going to do is just come in and cut off the little bits that it... Because obviously that's my fault for over-inking it. It thought that there was parts there that aren't there. So all I'm going to do is just trim. And I mean, this just is so simple. Just to trim that excess bit off there. I mean, it's just insanity really, isn't it? I mean, all I've had to do is kind of come in and just finish a little bit, because it's my fault it's not perfect, because I didn't I over inked in places, so it's my fault. If I'd set it to black and white, it probably wouldn't have picked those extra bits up. But I mean, actually I think I'm going to be really brave and come in and Don't mind me in my fussy cutting coma. I'm just going to head off to the magical land of fussy cutting Oz. Wow, I would never have even bothered trying to do that a couple of months ago, so there we go, we're already winning at the fussy cutting. Oh no, did a piece just fall off? Or was that meant to fall off? Oh no, that was meant to fall off. I'm not going to go too far into this, guys, because this, I'm just going to trim down here because it looks a little bit wonky. I'll take that bit off. There we go. I think all things considered. Oh, let's just trim that little nasty bit off as well because I don't mind it. There we are. I don't mind it leaving a bit of a background, but there we go. Hello, Stamper Girl. Welcome on in, honey. How are you doing? I hope you are well. We've just been doing some layering stamping. And I'm going to pop that there. How cool is that? And you know what I think I'm going to do? What should I do? I could be really, really naughty. And show you how fancy the scan and cut does get. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a plain piece of this watercolour cardstock down. It's not going to go where... Oh, let's just move that out of the way. This is going to get a little bit fancy. I wasn't planning on doing fancy. This was only meant to be a simple card. But I'm just thinking if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it fancy. So let's reload that. I'm gonna go back onto the machine, and I'm gonna tell it to give it and we're going to give it an outline. So what this is going to do is make a map for us. I'm just going to cut that. So is Christ Gaz? What? Christmas? It's a bit early for Christmas, isn't it? There we go. Then, all I'm going to do is with my I don't want to do picked raspberry. What colour should we go for? Let's go for festive berries because it's probably the closest red and it will kind of match in with the background as well. So I'm just going to put that down. I don't have a blending tool for that. Fudge sickles. Let's just nick the one off of the... We'll just nick the one off of Barn Door because they're the same kind of colour anyway. Tiny little bit of vegetable glycerin. Pick that up, and whoa! Off we go to the magical land of ink blending. Now this is going to be a little bit too big, but it doesn't matter because what I can do is still come in and trim it up like I did with the original piece. So I'm just going to make sure I get it nicely centralised. And there we go. And you see there, guys, it's made us a lovely mat for that. Now all I need to do is do the bit of trimming just to make it look a little bit better. But how easy is that? Oh, that's the wrong glue, you numpty. That's gilding flake glue, and we don't use gilding flakes on this channel, do we? I don't know why I've got gilding flake glue there. That's insanity. I'm just sat confusing myself with my tacky glue. So I am going to use tacky glue on this because it's going to be a little bit easier for me to stick it down with, and I can get into all the nice little areas here. Come on. Behave yourself, tacky glue. I'm just going to make sure that these bits are actually lined up to where they're meant to be. And there we go. Now all I need to do is come in with my... I'm not going to use those big honking scissors. I'm going to use my tiny little snips on this because I don't want to muck it up. Just going to give that a little bit of a more... Now I won't get it as perfect as the machine did, but you know, I can get pretty darn close. I'm just going to come in a little bit more with that. I'm just going to corner that off. There we go. I'm just going to take that little edge off of there. And that little edge off of there. I'm going to come in and just swoosh. And that does just need a little bit of a nice straightening up there. Just going to give that a little bit of a thinning. I'm going to go into a fussy cutting comber now, guys. I'm really sorry. But I do want to make this look as perfect as possible. If I hadn't have sodded up the stamping, it would have gone through completely perfectly and I wouldn't have had any problems. But I think for the fact that I did muck it up a little bit, that has come out really good. Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm going to put that on some... I'm going to put that on some foam tape, man. That deserves foam. Right, so if I'm going to put that like that, I need foam here, foam here. Foam there, foam there. let's put that little bit in there, and I need that to be a slightly thinner slither. So foam there, and chop that and put that there. I'm just going to pull the backings off. I will use my pokey tool on the smaller bits because they're just going to be an absolute fiddly nightmare to try and... In fact, it's already happening with the bigger bits, so I'm just going to think that the smaller bits are going to give me the same problem. I really do like how that's turned out. I have had a few problems with my scan and cut before, I'm not going to lie, because sometimes it doesn't pick up exactly what it should pick up, but in this case it has absolutely proven me 100% wrong and has shown me that it can do its job properly. So I'm thinking that the scan and cut may be used in future lives, because it is beautiful. And let's just have a look at some of these. See, it just seems that these sentiments are so small. I want something a bit bigger, but that can and will do. And I'm probably going to get some flack. No, I'm not. I'm going to use my stamping platform. So this would be too big to go in my stamping wheel as is. So I am going to bring out Mr. Holtz. He still does have use, bless him. You can pop that down on there. Pop that down on there. Pick that up. Oh no, I moved the card, didn't I? I moved the card. Oh, that's fine. Didn't move it too much, did I? Obviously. Right, let's just put that there and put that there. Let's reline that up. Maybe it was a different voltage. Ronda things you couldn't answer. Ah, yeah, that's the only problem, is the voltage is different. Although, mind you, I have a European Mink machine, and that works perfectly fine here. And I know they run on a different... right, before I stamp that, I'm wiping that extra bit off because the card is so high up. I don't want that getting onto my card stock. You are an inspiration. And actually, I'm going to go over that just one more time because I want that to be a little bit starker. I want that to be a little more crisper, not starker. What's wrong with me? Let's get it a little bit more crisp. We want a nice crisp. I'm just thinking if we got anything else in the stash that I could kind of go round there with to make it look a bit more pizzazz. Because we love a bit of pizzazz, don't we, guys? And just a little bit of pizzazz. Oh, I know. Let's use this circles from... This is going to be a very delicate operation. Just double check and make sure that it's not. Alright, let's go back over that with a little bit of a press. Clean it off. Now this isn't the way I would normally go about stamping something, guys. This is because I should really have and I'm just going to put a little bit of ink there and a little bit of ink there, because I don't want too much getting onto. Let's just wipe that little bit off. And I just want a little bit more, just a smidgy bit, or I could actually this is a very weird way of stamping, I'm so sorry guys. There we go. And then what I'm going to do actually is bring some of that down to the on the bottom back piece as well. So it ties in. That actually looked quite well just as a second generation stamping. I like that. Thank you, Alicia. I think I'm saying your name right, aren't I? I do apologise if I'm not. And then maybe that might still look as good as a second generation stamp. Let's just see. Oh, that does. Amazing. And there we have it, guys. A lovely multi-layered stamp using Altenew stamps, using the Altenew stamp wheel, using using stuff that came from my stash, and the stuff that I got from the D-Stash sale. So I think that's a little bit of a winner. I like that. And for an impromptu card as well, it's turned out really, really well. Because sometimes my impromptu cards do not turn out well. We have all seen this when it's happened. So, thank you very much, Caroline. I really appreciate your kind words there, my lovely. And I think that texture stamps kind of just set it off a little bit. What I should have done really is gone over the sentiment with a little bit of heat embossing powder, which would have pulled it out and made it look a little bit more pretty. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I think that is a winner-winner chicken dinner. So most of the stuff that I used, except for the card blank, came from the new stuff that I got from my little haul, which I'm really pleased with. These ultra new stamps, my God, guys, I cannot tell you how amazing these stamps are. All of these stamps that I've got are flipping fantastic. So I used a piece of 300 GSM cardstock from my stash. I've used some of my pink inks, being Spun Sugar, Kitsch Flamingo and Picked Raspberry. I used the oxides to make the background. I used the Picked Raspberry Distress to go over the background to give it that extra dark pink there that you can see. I used Imagination Craft stamps, textures. I don't know, I don't think you can get these anymore. I'm probably going to say you can't. To put a little bit of extra texture into it. I used the Ultra New, I don't even know if this has, isn't it? Extra Special, it's called, Extra Special. Stamp set, which I picked up from the sale. And I used, for the layers, I used some gold and pink from the Rose Gold Paper Select Collection from Crafter's Companion. And the actual layers here, I used some of this paper that I got that's super smooth on one side and watercolour on the other. That came from it. I think this is really, really nice. I think I might make another one. Oh, and of course I used my really super honky stamp. Not a problem at all, Rhonda. I'm actually wrapping up right now anyway. So, on that note, I'm just going to say an absolute massive thank you to everybody who is here. If you are buying anything from Craft Stash, I do have an affiliate link, which is in the box below. It doesn't cost you guys anything extra, but it does kick a little bit towards the stream. So I get a small commission off of any purchases made, and obviously everything that comes from that goes back into the stream. So that's for money for new products, money to keep basically the electric on, and all that kind of business to keep this going. Because like I say, if there is no me, if there's no you, there's no me. And I really appreciate every single one of you. You are absolutely wonderful, fantastic, and I love you all so, so very much. Have a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, leave a lovely like for me, because I do love a like. And if you do have something to ask, I do have my email address in the description box below, which is askme at handcraftedbygaz.co.uk. Please keep yourself to crafting questions, because that's all I can actually answer for you. Also, if you're not a part of the Facebook group, you can go to handcraftedbygaz.co.uk. That will direct you at the moment straight to my Facebook group until my webpage is built, which is on its way. It should be here in the next couple of months. And I think that is everything that I have to go through in the way of housekeeping. So I'm going to say an absolute thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you all again on Wednesday. I think I'm going to be either using one of my Crafter's Companion craft kits, or I might use some more of this stuff that I got from this haul, because this is really inspiring me right now. So I will see you all on Wednesday at the next one. Have a wonderful day, evening, etc., like I already said. And I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.